And welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast that always solves all the problems, no matter what.
Fact.
That's fact. Well, let's
Fact.
get into it. Sanity Corner / I Feel Petty. I actually have a Sanity Corner this week, guys. I know. I'm normally just like, I hate everything because I have to drive sometimes in Los Angeles and it makes me angry. Oh my gosh, Alyssa.
Is that
Yeah,
thunder?
you guys, it's real. It's
Are you
real.
all right? Are you
We're okay. Everyone keep going. If I ditch, we ditch. Erin, I'll go after you.
Okay, Alyssa's podcasting from a tornado warning.
Yeah.
Again, if your ears pop,
Don't
get
worry.
into a basement.
Guys, I won't be reckless. I won't be reckless.
Okay.
Train sounds, ears popping, green skies. You know the.
Yeah.
You know.
Basement,
I'm not
away from
multitasking. I'm
windows.
checking my weather, guys, right now. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's what's keeping me sane this week. There is a news story that when I first read it, I was like, wait, what? And the more I read about it, the more incredible it is. And that is the story of the 4 children that were lost in a Colombian jungle for 40 days and survived. The 4 children were members of an indigenous community in Colombia. They were on a small plane with their mother and 2 other adults, and the plane crashed. So in places like, densely forested Colombia, it's like easier sometimes to get between cities on a plane versus the roads. And it crashed, and all the adults aboard died.
No.
There were 4 children, a 13-year-old girl, her 2 9-year-old brother, a 4-year-old brother, and a 1-year-old baby. And the 13-year-old girl, kept her brothers alive in the jungle for 40 days. They ate cassava flour.
Oh my God.
And they built small shelters for themselves. And in Colombia, the search for them was like this huge national news story. Like the plane crashed, they found all the adults dead. Near the plane crash site, they found some indications that the children might still be alive. And so they sent out military, they sent out members of their own indigenous community looking for them. They had their grandmother who was, alive because she wasn't on the plane. Their grandmother made a recording that was like in their native language, like, come on, kids, go to the rescuers. But the children who lived in a part of the country that had been sort of frequented by FARC rebels and had been targeted by, they were afraid of, the search party. So they hid. And they stayed, a 1-year-old baby, a 13-year-old girl, a 9 and a 4-year-old boy. I'm like, completely, my mind is boggled. And in all the news stories about this, which we'll link one of them in show notes, a lot of attribution is going to the fact that they were a member of an indigenous community that lived in concert with the natural world, and these children knew how to survive. They knew what they could eat. They knew how to build shelter for themselves, and they, oh my God, it's like mind-boggling to me. If people died looking for them.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
People
I didn't know
died.
that.
Yeah, people died looking for them. The part of the jungle where they were found, there's snakes, there's wild cats, there's they lived. How? But now they're back with their grandmother and their father are still alive. They have a lot of family members that are still alive. And they, as far as I know, they were treated for malnutrition, and hopefully soon they'll be returned to their families. But that's it's my Sanity Corner because when I start thinking about it, I can't think about anything else. It's crazy. It's amazing. And I hope that if there's ever these children's story is ever told in the form of a book or a film, that they get 100% of the proceeds from it, because I don't
Absolutely.
want some Netflix knucklehead trying to steal their story and profit off of it. So that's my Sanity Corner this week. It's absolutely a crazy story. Tien, I am shovel passing to you. Sanity Corner.
Right up. You really want mine? Mine is so dumb.
I want it.
Oh my gosh.
Give it to me.
Okay, great. After that beautiful story of survival and perseverance, I'm going to tell you my petty, which is, it's real. I've felt it recently. It's when I'm driving. This is so dumb. But when I'm driving and I'm at a stop sign and I've clearly stopped before another car, I hate when the other car tells me when to go. Alyssa, it pisses me off so much. Like, my blood boils when I am being told when I'm allowed to go when I was the first at the stop sign.
I hate that too.
No, I hate it too.
It's so male.
It's so male. It's such a mass quality. It like drives me insane. It makes me mad for like way too long after the stop sign. Like,
do you feel the same way when you're a pedestrian and you're about to cross and there's a car and it's like, yeah, bitch, I've got right of way. I'm a fucking pedestrian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. I also feel but so there's something about being in a car and like being told by, it is usually a dude, and like the urge I have to roll my window and just be like, fuck you, is so strong.
I don't need your permission.
I don't need your permission. I'm driving. I'm an independent woman.
Tien, I 100% co-sign this sentiment. Because let me tell you something. My parents, God bless, could not teach me how to drive. I went to driving school, and it was like a very serious driving school. So when I'm at a four-way stop, I'm like, I know I have the right of way. I'm the car to the right, and I got here first.
Yep.
Don't fucking tell me, okay? Like, it is, because then I think to myself, you're a bad driver because you clearly didn't go to driving school, because I know I should go, so stop.
Yes. My hands are at 10 and 2, and I'm at the stop sign. I know when to go.
Always 10 and 2? You do not have control of the car if you're not at 10 and 2.
I'm always 10 and 2.
Oh my God. I wonder if you all do this. I am super passive aggressive. Like if I see rule breaking or rule bending, like if somebody's trying to do a California rule, which is where you don't stop at a stop sign.
Oh, no.
You just kind of slow down and it's like my turn to go and I can see they're not stopped and I like am going to like turn in front of them. I will turn so slowly. It's like, yeah.
I get that.
I bet you wish you stopped because I would be going regular speed if you had just followed the rules. So take that.
I like that. I'm going to start using that sort of
I'm going to be a treasure when I'm driving in my 80s.
Oh, God. Hopefully by then we'll have flying cars, right? Right?
I mean, George Jetson promised us.
I just can't believe we destroyed the whole planet before we had a car that could fly.
Here's hoping.
It's crazy.
Here's hoping.
It's absolutely fucking unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Alyssa, Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty?
Guys, I have a Sanity Corner.
What?
And it's all for you LA people, because you guys know I'm obviously very East Coast, fine, for all its good and bad. But you know what LA crushes? Their NPR. KCRW.
Yeah,
Okay, KCRW
absolutely
is hands
crushes it.
down one of the best. I love WAMC up in Albany, shout out, or whichever one it is. But like KCRW, but it's not just KCRW. It is Evan Kleinman, the God fairy of the LA food scene. And you know what? Like, Erin, you and I have talked about, like, we listen to BBC Global News podcasts.
Every
Love
day.
it. It's how I find out what's going on in the world. I used to listen before bed, but guys, the world is too stressful. Ever since the war in Ukraine, I'm like, I cannot go to sleep this way. I'm sorry if it makes me a pussy, but I can't. And I discovered Evan Kleinman at KCRW. Her voice is so great. All of her food, it's a food podcast called Good Food, and it's all about food, but it's also about community. And I learned so much about different neighborhoods in LA and different foods, and it's like, it is a joy. I have downloaded the KCRW app because I don't want what's just available as a podcast. I want to listen to all the episodes going back in time. And I have ordered shit from weird farmers markets in LA just because she told me to. I was like talking to someone in town the other day, and I was like, do you know that it's like special pepper season out in LA? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, guys.
Wait, who is growing peppers successfully right now? I would love to meet them.
Someone at a farmer's
special
market. But I'm telling you, if you're not listening to Evan Kleinman, KCRW, you are losing if you are in LA and we can't be friends.
Okay,
I'm going to start.
Okay.
Do it. You'll love it.
I know I'm going to love it.
She
I want to be friends.
She is a culinary multitasker, and I love her. But her voice is so perfect. That's all I have to say. That's it.
That's a good recommendation. And shout out to KCRW, our local NPR station here. We love it. Okay, Jill, round us out.
I'm feeling petty, unfortunately. Because it's like barbecue season, we're entering barbecue era, I want to bring something up around the barbecue. People who don't say, "Can I bring something?" when you're having a barbecue.
Oof.
I think that is such a like defect, like a personality defect. Like my girlfriend and I hosted a barbecue this weekend, and I feel like we're, you know, like in our like early 30s. We're not like wealthy. The vibe is very backyard, like bring something, even though it's not like explicitly a potluck. Like it would be nice to bring something. And I just feel like I'm even like gonna go for saying like the day before, saying like, hey, like, is there anything I can bring? Even if you don't really mean it, even if you're just gonna bring like a bottle of wine, which is enough and perfect and thank you. Like, to text like right before and be like, oh, do you guys need anything? Or to not say anything, I just think is like so crazy, and like you need to do that. You need to do that. You need to participate.
Okay.
I couldn't agree more.
I 100% agree, and I think passive-aggressive response to that is tell them to bring a bag of ice, because that's a huge pain in the ass.
To get.
And they waited until the last minute, and that's what you get. Now you get to bring ice.
Can I tell you a creative thing that I went to a barbecue once and someone told me to bring, because I asked, because I'm a proper human? Literally recyclable Tupperware, or like, you know, Tupperware, so people can take stuff home, so you don't end up with so much stuff in your fridge that's never going to go bad.
Okay,
I was like, you know what? That is, yes, I will bring you some Gladware. Like, I thought that was nice. So anyway, for anyone listening, if you don't want to have like 10 cans of like baked beans in your fridge, tell people to bring Tupperware too.
Jill, can I ask you, are you going to invite these people that didn't say anything or asked on the day of back to a future barbecue?
I think I will, but I do think that I'm going to be putting like more restrictions on, or maybe even like on the little invite flyer that I make. Like I might just say, bring something, because it's like, I don't.
Or can you
You
say
should bring
like,
something.
Can you say something like, I don't know if it's tacky, but if it's like you're doing a barbecue, be like, we'll be providing the barbecued meats and buns. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that, you know.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of that. Yes,
everybody should have like a like home run salad, like side salad that you can take to a cookout in your back pocket going into summer. And if you don't have it, you need to figure it out.
Yes,
there are like there's no excuse. It's like tomato season. It's corn season. Chop up some tomatoes and corn.
Yep, slaw season.
Yeah, throw some cilantro in there and some lime juice, and that's
secretly
a
everybody
salad.
loves some ambrosia.
That's exactly like.
Do I?
If you make a potato salad, spice it.
It's also just like, I think making something is so nice. It just makes the vibe of the barbecue so like nice and homemade. It's like, I don't know, even like picking up like a little side that like nobody, more than one person can eat from Whole Foods on the way there. It's like, come on, like we're adults.
Yeah.
Like,
Bring
make
some
something
condiments.
cute.
Bring some pickled jalapenos. Bring something.
Yeah. Don't bring fancy ketchup though. Anytime anybody
No,
tries
no
to
one
get
wants
fancy
that.
with ketchup, I'm like, you go to a restaurant and they're like,
Grow
we make
up.
our own ketchup here, and you're like, fuck you. I want Heinz.
That's great. Do you also have Heinz? Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Does Heinz make you ketchup? Okay, that's all the time we have for this week's episode of Hysteria. Jill and Tien, thank you so much for stopping by. Alyssa, thank you for being my ride or die. Listeners, thank you for continuing to listen, sticking around with us for more than 250 episodes. There will be more Hysteria for you next week.